Right, recently, Celebrity Ascent, their brand new Edge class ship, earned Forbes rating of 4 stars.
4 stars.
Is it really all that?
You'll find out.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to Two Bears Trekking. We like to bring you honest reviews with a little bit of dry wit humor
and a bit of snark.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do.
Just as a reminder, I'm bringing my over 35 years cruising experience. Been cruising since 1987.
I'm bringing some experience.
Yes, I think you're just coming up on a year.
Yes.
But you've had many cruises. So you bring that new cruiser perspective.
Yeah, new cruise smell, as it were, yes.
And just as a reminder, we are not affiliated with any travel agency. We're not trying to sell you anything. So this is our totally honest review. All right, let's jump right in.
Okay, so like we do with our honest reviews, we cover 5 areas. Each one of these areas can get up to 5 stars. They are cabin, ship, food, entertainment, and service staff.
All right, let's start from the top.
Let's start with the top and go with the ship first.
All right, so this is the latest Edge class ship, Celebrity Ascent. It is barely 3 months old.
No.
Still had that new ship smell.
It did. I love the smell. It's like, oh, I bought a new car, a new ship.
It is mostly like the Celebrity Beyond. The innovative Edge class ships did experience changes from the Edge to the Apex, and then Apex to Beyond and Ascent, which are pretty much the same.
Right.
Some of the innovations, that magic carpet that slides up and down on the
up
outside.
And down, moves to different places.
Now, some people might say it's a bit of a gimmick, but it is a great multi-purpose venue. There's a bar in there. It can be dining it in the evening.
Yeah. They take it up to the very top, and you can actually get some great views. It's beautiful.
And in theory, it's also supposed to serve as a tendering platform, but on our sailing in Grand Cayman, it didn't.
It didn't.
And we were so disappointed.
Yeah, we were.
All right, so then instead of having that soaring central space,
it has a central plaza.
Yeah, that grand plaza there is like 3 decks. Central focus,
right?
Martini bar,
absolutely. They love doing their thing there.
Very popular, and they sort of do that in a 2-tier design. And then a lot of the specialty restaurants
kind of wrapped around there,
which I thought is a bit odd because it can get very noisy.
Yes, it can. It's a very social area. Very social.
So if you're a sensor and you enjoy that nightlife and always something going on in the bars, that is a great space for you.
Yes.
Cafe El Bacio's there as well, though. So we did find ourselves passing through and maybe sitting for a bit, but not as much as we would in the Grand Foyer, say, on a Solstice class ship.
Correct. It's just for us specifically.
So instead of soaring upward, they soared outward.
They stretched it a bit
from that grand plaza, and you find spaces like the 2-story club, an entertainment venue, which was
very unique.
It was, and they used it for a lot of different activities. Unlike on Solstice class ships, where they have spaces that go unused nowadays.
Yes.
And they also had the theater and then the restaurants on the other end. So so just those matter of a few decks, you could find all those public spaces.
A lot of spaces. Indoors. You can also find individual spaces, which is nice because they did develop that really, really well, in my personal opinion.
Especially as you were making your way on that journey to Eden. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
This mirrored hallway where you think there's someone coming straight at you and it's you.
Yeah, first time I almost ran into the wall. It was crazy.
So even along there, lots of little seating areas on the way to Eden, which is another 3-story space at the after
I love
the
that
ship.
Space. I really did.
Yeah. A lot. I was shocked at how uncrowded it was during the days.
During the days, you could find a nice quiet place just to relax in Eden.
Even on the outer decks from there, the promenade, it's not a promenade with loungers, but and it is a bit truncated. Where the magic carpet comes down and back to Eden. But you could find some quiet little spaces out there.
Yes.
If you wanted to.
So what do you think of the pool deck and the rooftop garden?
It's like a resort.
Much like
really what the ship is. It's it has that boutique hotel.
Yes.
It's very upscale appointments. There's a variety of seating by the pool, not just lounge chairs. There are cabanas there you can rent as well on one side, which creates this quiet little space.
Surprising at the pool.
Where the magic carpet comes down.
Yes.
So it kind of divides it from the pool deck and some of the craziness happening there. So we felt like we could be on the pool deck without really being on the pool deck.
Which is not a normal thing for us. It's usually really loud and we try to avoid it.
There was comfortable resort style seating as well in the main pool area.
Everywhere. It was amazing.
And then on the upper deck, so you could always find a lounger. Now, you may not find it where you want it.
Yes, but you can find it.
And then there were usual chair hugs, but they did enforce the policies, and I did appreciate that.
Yes.
On the upper deck there, the rooftop garden.
Very unique space.
Very unique. You know, I liked it, but... And I'm sure a lot of people appreciate they have a pickleball court, but it's sectioned out of the rooftop garden, and it really ruins the atmosphere.
It does. It does.
And so they need to find an alternative. It just does not work there. And they say occasionally, it seemed like
there was always,
as the Cruise and I was all the time set up, all the time. So it really took the relaxation out of that space. The plunge pools.
Those were beautiful. I love those.
The kids love those. So
yes, they did.
On 4 days, we were sure to use those. And then you make your way back to that sunset bar. Beautiful.
A lot of different multi-spaces in there, so it was kind of nice to hang out in.
Yeah, so I thought it was really well done. Ocean View Cafe, typical setup, very large open, not enough seating on that back deck. No, still, but I'm grateful that they've designed it that way.
Absolutely. What did you think of the running track?
Oh, I loved it.
That was amazing. It's 2 levels, and so you feel like you're going someplace. It's not just a circle. It was a real nice feel. And
I thought it got a lot more use out of this design than many others. And not to be left out, really that destination gateway where you do disembark the ship in ports, in many ports.
That was, I was going, what did I just experience? It was beautiful.
Right. I mean, it felt like a part of the ship rather than part of the crew area.
Yes. It made it feel like you're arriving or you're departing, and you felt special.
Yes.
It was good.
So overall, very well appointed ship. They've used quality materials. You can tell they put a lot of effort into the design.
Yes.
The workmanship on the ship. So,
scale from 1 to 5 stars, we're going to give it a 5.
I think that's our first ever 5 for a ship. And it is brand new, so be aware that this, as it starts to require maintenance, these things can and may change.
We'll see how it holds with time. So our next one, let's go on to the cabin.
Cabin. So we had a deluxe inside cabin, and it just great size.
I was shocked.
Nice sofa. Just enough tech, not too much tech.
Correct. Oh, you loved your tech. I mean, laying on the bed, changing the lights, he loved
the
it.
Lights, the temperature from the app, and it's simple to use. It's not complicated.
No.
They have that nice charging area for all of your devices. Plenty of storage.
Absolutely. It was storage everywhere.
The bathroom
was huge. It was very large. For an inside cabin, I was shocked.
Fit 2 people in there.
Easily.
It's well appointed. The soft goods, even the hard goods, sturdier. You just felt like you were in an upscale boutique hotel.
Now, the only negative, in my opinion, was the space between the bed and the closet. That was really the only negative.
Which does get a lot of complaints. I will add that sofa chaise was not the most comfortable. And I prefer the sliding doors to the shower rather than the pull-out door, because that was a huge door, and once you opened it, nobody was coming in that bathroom.
No. So, anything else you want to cover on that?
Nope.
I thought it was a great cabin. Scale from 1 to 5, it was
5 stars.
Wow, you got a theme going here. Let's find out.
You are going to have to stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to take a quick break.
Okay.
Remind folks, we do a lot of cruising reviews. We are trekkers. So we just do travel content in general. We have, we still live in our RV, so we still do RV content and also land content as well. So if you are looking for an adventure, or you just want to see what we're up to, make sure you are subscribed to our channel.
Give a thumbs up as well, and share. If you know other people who might like this content, then share it to them as well. So, okay, let's jump on to our next one. Oh, food.
Okay, so if you've watched our other celebrity reviews, reviews are mixed on the food.
Yes.
that wasn't any different, although I will say, just right out of the gate, I thought it was a little bit step above.
I would agree with you on that, yes.
Now, I'm going to disappoint people right out of the gate here. That seafood extravaganza buffet at the end has been scaled down from the earlier sailings.
Extravaganza. I'm going to use that word in quotation marks.
The only real seafood I saw on that buffet was shrimp and, as you say, baby lobsters.
Baby lobsters. Aren't those the
crawfish.
Cutest? Yeah, they're crawfish.
I did not see lobster tails unless they had run out.
Yeah. They displayed it well. I won't deny that, but it's like, eh. We came for the show. Food in the show. It's great.
And it was great. So, all right. So now that we have that out of the way, because I know that's the number one question, we're just going to talk about the buffet in general.
Yes.
Morning, breakfast, a disappointment as usual.
Yes.
Eggs were runny.
Yes.
Lack of flavor.
Our favorite item, which was the bread pudding, I don't know what they're doing on that ship.
From lunch?
Yes, that was just awful.
He's already gone from breakfast to lunch.
I went to the bread pudding, man. Give me the bread pudding.
So we did find good desserts, though. The lunch buffet had some very good foods, although we didn't always eat in there because we're going to tell you about an excellent alternative that we introduced to people, and they were like,
"Oh,
wow, okay, we're going to start eating here."
Yes.
For the dinner buffet, I thought there was a little bit larger selection.
Right.
So I think they're putting a little bit more money into food quality
I'll agree with you.
than their other ships.
Yes.
Okay. Spa still have a little cafe, but scaled down.
Yeah, cute little spa cafe, but we really didn't eat there.
Because they have Eden.
Eden. Oh, did we mention Eden? We keep mentioning Eden here.
We are talking about the Eden Cafe that is open for lunch. That is complimentary and included. They serve panini-style sandwiches that you order.
They make them. They press them. Heated. Oh, they're delicious.
They have chips or potato salad.
Cookies.
Very fresh. Oh, those cookies.
Oh.
They're big.
Yes.
And they do vary from day to day. I think they always had nuts in them, though.
Yes, so if you have an issue, be careful with that.
But they did have little brownies. Those were excellent. And then a couple of other little desserts. They had fresh pre-made salads. There were a few upcharge sandwiches. I didn't see anyone getting those because the included sandwiches were
just fine.
They also had a daily soup. So we ate there several days and thoroughly enjoyed it. They also have outdoor space there.
And friends that we made invited them, and they were going, "Whoa, I didn't expect this." It is really good quality.
The only thing I would say, there's a limited selection of drinks there.
That's true. Okay, let's
Abacchio.
Abacchio, yes. Let's talk about that one.
I felt the selection there was a little bit more elevated.
A little bit. Not much, but a little bit.
On other ships. Now you can go.
Let's talk about the dining room, plural.
Yes.
Okay. This
is 4 included.
This is a big thing, so we're going to talk about it.
Yep. So 4 included. They're all in the same spot, up or lower.
Yes. With a staircase going between them. Is nicely designed.
Very nice, convenient. So you can get a fixed dining time, but you will have to double check with them and tell them, okay, I want to eat in this restaurant. I want to eat at this time. And they will set that up for you.
Right.
Otherwise, you can make a reservation in advance, or you can just show up. I will tell you, especially early in the cruise, some nights were chaotic.
Yes.
The first couple of nights, pre-book a reservation for those included
Absolutely.
Okay? It will save you a lot of headache. Even us with a reservation, they were like chickens,
running off all over the place. It was a mess.
The first night we dined in Cosmopolitan. Each has a couple of specialty appetizers and entrees, like 3.
And we wanted to try the specialties in each one of those, just to kind of get a real good feel of it.
So we had some overall excellent.
Yes, we did.
Very good. Couple of mediocre and a couple of absolute misses.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Cosmopolitan was one of those places where there were a couple of misses.
Yeah. Yes, there were. So, but there were also some positives. I won't deny that. Let's go with the misses first.
The big miss, and we'll talk about this more in service. The blackened cod that is on Cosmopolitan special menu, undercooked.
Well, no, it wasn't undercooked. What was it?
Mild.
Oh, we'll talk about that later. Oxtail. Okay, I thought, I'm going to try oxtail because it's got to be a bomb. Because who eats oxtail? I was pleasantly surprised.
It was good.
Yes, it was.
It was shredded and pressed into a molded shape. Great flavor.
I liked it. Great flavor. Yeah. Absolutely. Surprising. Very surprising.
So moving on, the favorite of most people, and was the favorite of ours, Normandy, a French style. Just the decor, the ambiance was fantastic, and several great entrees again.
Yes,
in there, and we're gonna put the special menus up here for you. And thoroughly enjoyed our meals in Normandy.
We really did.
Our next day, Tuscan,
not too bad.
The pasta dishes really shocked me in several of these restaurants.
Yes.
I don't tend to order pasta.
No.
And if you check out our MSC Maravilla review,
yes,
you can hear me skewer the pasta there.
Well, the pasta needed skewering. Yes.
Just really a pleasant surprise. And actually, that specialty pasta dish in Tuscan was one of the best meals I had the entire cruise.
And you were surprised.
Yes.
Yes, because it was pasta.
I heard it twice.
Yes. What's the other restaurants?
Is Cyprus, the Greek-inspired restaurant. The lamb shank, which is on the special menu there, was excellent.
It was good.
The Cypriot ribs, not as good, but still very good.
Yes.
And so that was the least favorite, other than Cosmopolitan. Like I wouldn't, if we went back on the ship, I would not reserve in Cosmopolitan.
No.
Now, many people do like Cosmopolitan, but the fewest number of people do. So I think the most popular, Normandy, then Tuscan, then Cyprus, and at the very bottom, at a distant fourth, Cosmopolitan.
Now, you can order from all the menus in the restaurants, but we like to go there and experience what that restaurant specializes
because they each do have a different ambiance as well, and we don't mind rolling the dice with the servers, and we'll talk about that at the end.
Yes, we will. Okay, so is that all for food?
It is.
Scale from 1 to 5 stars. We're going to give it a
4.
Ooh.
And again, as time goes on and they stop putting all of their budget and all of their money into the Celebrity Ascent, is that going to change?
That will be interesting to check out. Okay, let's move on to entertainment.
Eek.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I directed theater, I studied theater, I've studied the arts, I performed. I'm going to go with that caveat.
I've spent a lot of time watching. I can't count the number of productions I've seen on Broadway, London's West End, around the country, around the world, Italy, opera-style performances, etc.
Yes. Okay. Let's go with this. What one are we covering first?
Okay. Let's talk about activities. We'll save the worst for last. All right. So activities, a little bit more on the Ascent. Yeah, because on the Edge class ships they do have speakers.
They have speakers.
Enrichment speakers. That's what the word I was looking for. And so we do find that interesting. There was only one on our sailing, and they usually try and vary it up, but he was really good, and we enjoyed several of his talks.
They have an artist in residence.
Yes.
Okay. And he did drawing classes. I went to those. I loved them.
Yeah. So and the rest of the activity was sort of typical
Cruise.
celebrity activities.
Yes.
Which are always mediocre.
Yes.
But we like those little added touches.
Yes. It gave it a nice kind of push up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We will go to musical talent.
Musical talent. That's the ones that come that on board or the ones that go
House bands.
Okay.
In the lounges.
The Piano Man. Oh,
he was very good.
Very
he played
good.
in Eden and the Grand Plaza.
Anymore, this is my life. Go where we run, someday we'll find it. The rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
And even the solo guitarist.
she was good.
There were a couple of different ones. And
Yeah, that's the reason I was
then the house band, the Cavati Brothers.
Oh,
And actually, sorry folks, our sailing was their last sailing. They were heading out.
yeah.
They were excellent. And so, I was just very pleased with the musical entertainment. Very good quality.
Yes. Okay. So which one do we go for first?
All right. So the production, the theater shows.
Theater shows. Okay.
So 2 pieces. The people they bring on board, guest acts, the comedian was mediocre. He relied far too much on the audience.
Yeah.
For his
He was a
material.
weak comedian and he wasn't funny.
The piano Elton John.
Elton John tribute.
I love Elton John. Love Elton John. And he is such a talent from piano to vocals. And anytime you try and do a tribute in the style, and he had, even his get up could have been a little bit better.
Right.
And he could have embraced it a little bit more. But the first night at the show, I was kind of falling asleep.
He was, and I was watching him, I was watching this, and it's kind of like, oh, he relied too much on the tech, which we'll talk about in a second. He also relied too much on the orchestra. But that saved him.
Yes, it covered his
Shortcomings.
vocal shortcomings.
And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my head, good times spent.
Then he played in the Grand Plaza one day,
And I took him there. I said,
he
"You
was
got to
raw.
You got to, yeah." He was raw. He had no backup. He had no tech.
And he had to. What did he do to the vocals?
Trying to find that note or trying to be.
It was not great. The piano player, who had done Eden in the Grand Plaza, was actually better.
Surprisingly, yes.
Yeah, so, and the bright spot in the guest entertainment.
Yes, it was. What was her name?
And Kanji.
Oh, she was amazing.
She has performed on Broadway. She is involved in her own Broadway musical, bringing that to fruition. Yes, some people complained of she was a lot of story, and she told her story in between songs.
She was a performer.
But she was so good, and we were so thirsty for
some good entertainment.
Some good vocals. It was just looking forward to her next song.
She did an excellent job. I enjoyed. She was no Nikki Bennett, which was a good thing. Yes.
See our Maribia review for that reference.
Yes.
Now, we're not going to... There's a lot of you who are going to drop off at this point because we are about to thoroughly...
burn the bridges, as it were. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's start with what they call what they do.
Yes, and this is right out of the mouth from Anna, who has been with them 10 years and opened, I think she said 6 new ships.
Correct. So she called it, what did she call it?
Modern and contemporary movement.
Okay.
So they have 3 types of stage shows.
Yes.
Feel good,
Yeah.
tech,
And
musical.
right.
Like tribute type thing, right?
So the show that was tech, because they rely so much on tech, it was a great show.
Was decent.
For a tech show.
The tech was good.
Now they got this big screen. They got this stage that jets out. I don't want to talk too much about that because most people don't care. It wasn't a well-designed stage. I'm just gonna go with that.
No, it caused performers to have to run up the aisle because of the way they were blocking the stage.
Right.
Some went off back sides, but you had to go downstairs, and it was not well designed. It was not designed for performances.
Now there is a screen. If you don't know the screen, the whole back of the wall is screen.
Right, and the center section pushes back, and there's door, and the sides kind of cantilever almost.
Can I say tech? Okay, they love their tech. Why do they need to love their tech? Because they're contemporary, modern movements.
Just suck.
Yes, let's just be honest.
Yeah,
I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
All new day, hey, running down the avenue, see how the sun shines bright. Alright, my head's underwater, but I'm breathing.
Stopped pulling any punches
No.
with Celebrities Entertainment, and I know some of you are going to say, I love it, they're amazing.
Good.
Okay. The people who aren't echoing our feelings are staying silent because you are the loud minority. And I will tell you, the show's designs are geared more towards females. Generally, it's middle-aged females who are really enjoying these shows the most.
Yes.
And the men who are afraid to speak up and say this. But we saw plenty of people.
Do we have to stay? Can we go
Not
do something
happy
else?
with-
I want to leave. Yes, lots of that going on.
The talent celebrities problem, they also hire based on looks and age. It's just true.
Let's be honest.
And
This is an
not
honest
talent.
review. Yeah.
And not talent. We've seen enough of Celebrities Entertainment on enough ships. They don't focus on talent.
No.
In these shows, the choreographed movement,
Modern, contemporary.
was mediocre.
Yes. They had several flubs, and they've been on doing this for 3 months now. So those bugs should be worked out. We actually had a lady ask when we did the tour, what was up with the crotch grabbing?
Yes, and the dance captain danced around that.
Oh, she did.
Not so well. Oh, that's the choreo. He's very modern and and
contemporary.
But folks, Celebrity has made a choice, and I thought modern and contemporary is it. It is nothing. The talent is lacking. The vocals were absolutely mediocre out of that production cast.
What about the aerial
Please
work?
don't tell me that they weren't, because again, our background, our experience, we evaluate this not emotionally, but based on technical competence.
I've sang in choirs, I've sang classical music, so I know what I'm talking about with regards to quality.
They rely upon flash and doing this. They're distracting you over
With
here
the tech?
with their mediocre vocals and wobbling
Mm-hmm.
through a song.
Do you wanna hear about the deal I'm making?
Yeah. What about their aerialist?
I couldn't. They're not aerialists.
No, there was one
They're
where
aerial
they pulled this girl up out of the pit, and she didn't do any aerial work. They just turned on a fan, and her dress blew all of it.
Very little, if any, strength work in those main production shows. No. They are multi-purpose people generally on celebrity ships. They're not dedicated people. That is different in Eden, and we will save that for last. It's just, yeah, celebrity needs to make a change, or they're hitting their demographic, and we're going to talk about that in caveats.
Yes.
Stay tuned to the end.
Yes, yes.
Even if you scrub a little bit through some of this,
We don't mind.
stay to the end.
Yes. Let's talk about Eden, because you mentioned Eden. Okay.
It was the bright spot in evening entertainment.
In evening. Now, big thing here. If you're going to enjoy Eden night entertainment, be there early, because that's the only negative with regards to Eden is the space.
Small space.
It's small space, hard to get a good view.
Yeah, at least an hour.
At least an hour.
And if that means skipping one of the production shows, if you're on that late seating, do it.
I do it.
The Eden show is better
Yes.
than the production shows.
One reason I like the Eden shows because they didn't rely too much on tech.
Correct.
They were there with regards to talent.
Skill, yeah.
Yeah. Their strength.
The strength and aerialists, that really not phenomenal, but very good.
Yes. Yes.
The best you will find on Celebrity, at least. The Alice in Wonderland show was cute.
Cute, fun, you know.
It was fun. They played with it, and that's what's nice. It's meant to be more edge cutting entertainment, not
Arty.
modern and contemporary. It's arty, exactly.
Surprises! I'm the Mad Hatter, and this is your night of dreams. Baby, my connection, let's not crazy. Let's go! Let's go! Everything's gonna be alright. Baby, everything go wrong.
They incorporate the resident artist, which is kind of weird in some of the shows.
Yeah, that was interesting, different. I'm open to that.
Now, I will call out the one show that people seem to love, and it's the one that's in the club. It's Smoke and Ivory's. Standing room only.
Standing room only.
But a lot of people left.
So there was plenty of room for standing room only.
Vocals, choreographed movement. Mediocre.
Stage fighting. I've seen better in community theater.
Stop it, guys! That's enough!
I was disappointed with that show.
I was.
With all the hype that it's been given. So yes, while the Eden productions are better, they still don't rise to the level of some other cruise line entertainment. And check out again our MSC Maravilla review for entertainment if you want to hear about some amazing entertainment.
Anything else on entertainment?
I think say we could go on forever, but let's cap
1 to
this.
5 stars. We're giving this a solid 3.
3. And that's
for me, way generous,
Yeah.
because I'm tired of this entertainment experience.
the musical acts brought that score up.
Yes.
And Eden kind of reinforced that 3.
Right.
But we would very readily skip the production shows, which are Awaken and Bridges, definitely. Residency, I think we stayed the longest.
Right. Residency was the best out of all 3 of those. Right. Okay. Last one. Service staff. How do you rate these? How we divide it? Explain it.
It was interesting. So on this ship, you get seasoned crew applying to be on the ship,
Mhm.
and you have a lot of new people.
Mhm.
So it's a mix. So it could be very hit or miss.
And it was for us.
It was.
Very much so.
In Cosmopolitan, the first night, our waitress, she was abysmal.
Uh, Let's talk about the fish. Can we talk about the fish now?
Yes. So she was, the guest is always right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Should be.
And what you need to resolve the issue rather than debate whether the fish is undercooked and saying, no, it's just mild. No, you don't understand. I know fish, and this fish is slimy, jellyish. It's undercooked.
But it's
no,
mild.
It's just mild.
Mild. Yeah, it's mildly slimy is
and
what it is.
Finally, I was the one that had to say, I'm all set. I don't need anything else to replace it.
Just take it away.
And then, she mumbled some more and said, okay, you do need anything else? No, I just said that.
No.
You should have asked that up front.
Mm-hmm.
She just wasn't good. She was one of those new, clearly. But we had some very good servers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that is, when you change restaurants and have different tables, you are risking that. We made a request one night when we went back to Tuscan, because the first night with the hostess, it was a whole debacle. We could go on that story, but
it's a hilarious story.
Our waitress was, as well as our assistant waitress, they were amazing.
Yes.
And so when we went back to that one, we said, that's who we want, and we won't wait for the table.
And we did, and we had a great night.
Cabin attendant.
Yeah, we had a cabin attendant.
We drew the short straw.
There was very, very short straw.
She was absolutely horrible.
Abysmal, I would almost say.
Once she got the wake up call, never introduced herself that first day.
No.
Ran into us, and normally that's when they introduce themselves and they know your name.
And they learn our names, or they learn who we are, and they start to find out our needs and all this.
Right, and they ask, what's your schedule? What's the best cleaning time?
Right.
It was on day 2 when we came back, and it was mid-afternoon, and the room had not been touched.
Nope.
And we had been gone since the very early morning.
Right.
Like 8 o'clock, basically.
Right.
And this was like 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, this is it. This is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up going to guest relations, and they were excellent.
Yes.
Fast forward, the head housekeeper, who was very scary.
Oh, Olga. Don't mess with her. Holy moly.
Came to and actually saw us, and the attendant had given some lame excuse, like, oh, we had to do something. No, never.
No.
Some people around us did, but we did not.
I don't want an excuse. I want my
There were
room
lots
done.
of excuses. And sometimes you do have that bad luck in cabin attendants.
Yes.
This was it.
Yes.
We also had some other not so great service, and other people echoed that. Very staunch, not very personable, like you tend to find on celebrity ships. Bar service, shockingly.
Woo, what happened
course,
there? I mean, they were hunting us down to get us new drinks.
They were the best.
I was taken back.
Which is usually where they falter on most ships. So it was a bit backwards. First, the staff, the crew staff, and officers. Some more visible than others.
Yes.
Both his cruise director, Luigi, and the captain, Demetrius, they have a shtick.
They do. Mm-hmm.
And again, we didn't solicit people's comments.
No.
We just don't do that.
No. We want to hear what they feel just from them talking.
And we had many people ask us, have you seen the cruise director or the captain around? No. And we run into those people like regularly on cruise ships.
Yes, you should.
Because we are out and about and active and we usually are on the ship on many port days. So and that's when they tend to come out. That is the one time we saw the captain. He was hidden in a corner on the back deck of Ocean View with a posse on the busiest of port days where most people were off.
Correct.
That's the only time we saw him in public other than his events.
Yes.
Luigi, the cruise director, never saw him unless it was an event.
Yes.
He came in, he did his shtick.
He shook his hands.
And he did the obligatory high dollar handshakes.
And out he went.
And he was out of there. not genuine.
No, I didn't feel. I feel like it was a show, and he was there for the show. He did his routine, and he was out. Yeah.
Yes.
So, anything else?
No.
Okay, I've scaled from 1 to 5 for service staff. We're giving it a 4. Okay, so what that gives us out of this honest review is 21 out of 25 stars.
Which is a very good cruise or above average cruise.
Yes. Now, it is a new ship, so I would hope that it would be a high star.
And they are putting a lot of money and a lot of their budget into this because, and here start the caveats.
Caveats.
Celebrity, especially with their new controversial president, they are going for a younger demographic. They're going, like you can see, even with their entertainment, a more female-centric, middle-aged, and younger demographic. And what it is doing it is pushing their loyal, long-time cruisers a bit aside. And those people are starting to look for other places and other alternates.
So you might be getting a new demographic. Ooh, good job, but you're losing your old demographic. Now, do you want to get rid of your old demographic? That's your choice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think eventually it will catch up to them. We are elite on Celebrity.
Yes, we are.
The one bright spot, and which added some enjoyment for us, there were a lot of elite or above events on this sailing.
Yes. Now, there's a caveat. It doesn't count in regards to our scores.
So, Create and Pour and the mixology event, although I wish they'd change up the drinks. And, there was a senior officers party. They reintroduced this happy hour 2 nights a week. Lame. Another example of where the current president is just completely missing the mark. Tone deaf. Absolutely tone deaf. A lot of the single cruisers upset about the pricing. It's her short tenure. I'm sorry. It's time for you to go.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. So
now we didn't rate ports because we stayed on the ship most of the ports.
Yeah.
And, ports change. So that's not a part of the caveat.
I will say, this is not a class of ship that we would go on all the time. We recognize the innovative design and it's, we've given the ship a 5, but
it's not our style of ship.
It's not necessarily our style of ship. So I will tell you, and that's how you know we are being objective in our reviews.
Right. Now, you might like the ship. Go for it. If a 5-star rating and how we describe it is great, go. It's not our class of ship. Anything else?
That's all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always,
keep on trekking.